Hey guys, the Dirtiest Birdie here. Just wanted to finally be back, able to record. Everything's nice and smooth. Figured out what the problem was thanks to Frostbite Gaming's. He commented on the video I put out saying, that I was having trouble. So thanks to him, everything's fine. Pretty much told me that I changed keys around, and doing that messed with the keys that go along in the actual Minecraft. So I'm an idiot. And thanks to him, I'm able to put out another episode, continue on doing what I was doing. It's been quite a while. I've had a lot of stuff happen to me personally in the time being. So yeah, pretty much all I did, I think, from the last episode, I just came up. So this is a little area I dug out, and then, I've got 14 diamonds in here. Throw that in there. I've got quite a lot of bit of just junk, so I need to go get wood, however, so thank goodness I can just do this real quick. Fuck. It's been a while since I've played anything, really, because, in case you didn't know, I had my appendix taken out. I had appendicitis. Pretty much appendicitis, that's just when your appendix just gets all stupid. And pretty much what happened to me, I guess. So I'll make two, because I'm going to get a lot of wood. I think that's what I'm going to do today. Let's get some wood. So pretty much, yeah, that's what happened to me. My appendix ruptured, and I had to go in for immediate surgery. So it wasn't very fun, to say the least. So in the meantime, what happened was, it happened, I think yesterday was a week, last Saturday, so yeah, it's been a week since it's happened. And it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was just, I woke up on Saturday, and then, it just sucked. Like, it was definitely the worst pain I've had. I didn't know what was wrong either, because it was just like a pain, so I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Well, look, some ice, and don't remember that being here. Oh, look, friends. But yeah, so I woke up Saturday morning at like 10 o'clock, and I just had no idea what was going on. I'm getting followed. Motherfuckers need to leave me alone. I'm trying to tell a story. I don't feel like dying. So for the 13th time, I woke up and I was just in a lot of pain in my stomach. So I didn't know what was wrong. I told my parents, because they were actually gone. They left for work or whatever. And I called them, and they were like, well, it's, you probably just have some kind of stomach ache or something like that. Just, don't eat anything you shouldn't eat or anything like that, and you should be okay. So I was like, alright, whatever. I ended up having to sit in the fetal position for like 8 hours, and then I had to call my mom and tell her and ask her to come home because I was in a lot of pain. And she put two and two together because my older brother, a couple years back, actually was in the hospital for 19 days. Yeah, and he lost, I think he lost like 45 pounds. He was like 220, I think, like that. I'm 6'4", he's 6'3". I wish I weighed 200 pounds. I'm only like 150, so kind of went wrong there. But besides the fact, it was a big thing. He almost died because he was in the hospital for the same thing I was, but the hospital he went to, they were like, oh, it's treatable, surgery, you don't want to have surgery because then you're going to have a giant scar, and that's going to be bad. So we're going to give you antibiotics and hope that you're going to be okay. And then, we were just like, oh, okay, cool. Who wants to have surgery? So they ended up giving the antibiotics. They weren't working, so they said they were going to try one more day of antibiotics, and if there was no turnout the next day, they were going to do the planned surgery. Planned surgery is a lot better than emergency surgery, of course, because emergency surgery, you're going to have to, when it ruptures actually inside your stomach, they said they have to take pretty much everything out of your stomach, clean everything inside, and then put everything back. So it's pretty bad. Mine was emergency, but I was a little bit lucky because it didn't actually rupture until it was out. But the doctor said it was definitely the biggest appendix he's ever seen, and it ruptured as soon as he took it out, which is strange because he said he's never seen that before either. And if you don't know what your appendix is, I don't know what it does, but obviously it's not that important because you can live without it. But I thought it was like, like most things in your body, it's just like a circular ball or something like that. It's actually not. It looks like a worm. It's really small. It's about the length of your pinky, and it's probably, if you have a fat pinky, then it's definitely not the size of your pinky, but it's a skinny pinky, and it's probably that length. So mine, he says, since it was the biggest he's ever seen, mine was 8 inches long and weighed 4 pounds. So these things don't weigh a pound themselves. He said they weigh about 9 ounces, if that. So 4 pounds is just crazy. He said the pain I was having was because it's actually, I think, at the end of your stomach is where the appendix is. And he said, it's just supposed to sit there and dangle down. Mine, since it was so large, it had moved up and underneath my stomach, the lower stomach. So that's what was causing the irritation and the pain. And it sucked because when I went to the hospital, I woke up at like 10, had pains until 5, went to the doctors. I should say I had pain the entire day, but I went to the doctors at 5, or the hospital. I went to the ER. So I went to the ER at 5, and then didn't get physically like my own room or anything like that until like 7. So I was there for 2 hours without any help. All they did really was check me in. I actually ended up falling asleep in the little like side booth they had at the hospital for like the ER, because they like separated it for what was wrong. It's like the check-in station where they just check your vitals and stuff like that to see if you're like not contagious, I guess. I don't really know what they check for, but so I was in there for a really long time, and it sucked. And then I had to drink these 2 pints. I think they were huge. Like, they looked huge. They were like, "Oh, it's just water," and I was like, "Okay, cool." It wasn't water. It was fucking this nasty, thick. It pretty much, in my mind, what I was thinking about the whole time, which was completely wrong to do. But I was just thinking I was drinking like fucking dog slobber or something. It was like the consistency of like that, and I was just disgusted. I was just like, man, I don't even know, like, what the hell. It's just gross. So they're like, the quicker you get that, the quicker we'll get you to get a CAT scan, and then you'll be, one step closer to know what's wrong with you. And I was just like, okay, cool. So I downed the shit out of those things. And I was talking to my brother, and he had to do the same thing. He said it took him like 2 hours to drink them. It took me about like 15 minutes. It took him 2 hours, he said, just because, I don't know, he said he has a problem with like not really knowing what stuff is, because that's the thing, like they just want it done, so they just said it was water, but clearly it's not water, so he was just like, oh, what the fuck. And I pretty much did the same thing, but I was just like, they're telling me the quicker I drink it, the quicker I'll be out. So I did that, and I think it was like 20 minutes after I drank that shit, I went and got my CAT scan finally. When I got my CAT scan, it was some like Russian dude who was fucking hardcore sounding. I was laughing my ass off when I was listening to this dude talk. I wish I could do an impression, but sadly I'm not as talented as I wish I was. But it was a pretty bad experience. I didn't go into surgery until like 10:30 at night. So and the thing was, they're like, oh, it's gonna be like a 30-minute surgery. I wasn't out of surgery until like 1:30, because my family was there and stuff. Oh damn, I got quite a bit of wood. But my family was there and stuff, and they were like, oh, it's gonna be 30-minute surgery. We're not gonna be here all night. They ended up staying until we was physically out, but most of them left. Actually, everyone left except for my mom. So, because she stayed, which I was really thankful for, because being in a hospital just sucks by yourself. And I didn't sleep at all that night just because I literally forgotten what happened, and I was just in pain from like the surgery and stuff like that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? But shit happens. I made it okay, so I really have nothing to complain about, I guess. Where the fuck do I have to go? I feel like I'm the only person that can get lost cutting wood. I was just like right here. Let me check. I think this is the way. Yeah, this is. Alright. Oh yeah, here it is. Shit's blown up. I don't even know how that happened. But alright guys, I'm going to try to keep this one short. It's probably a little bit longer than I hope it would be, but I didn't do much again. Got wood though. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're waiting for a video or anything like that, I really appreciate it. So I'm going to get these out again, like I said, every other day. And I'm actually recording this on Sunday, and I'm going to put it up. I'm going to go render it right now and put it up right now. So the next one will be out on Tuesday. So thank you guys for watching, and take it easy, guys.